Did you just check your teeth to see if there's anything in them?
I did before we got on here, yeah, because we just ate lunch. I don't want to have like big old spinach, you know. Embarrassing.
All right, guys, let's get into the show. Welcome back to another episode of Hashtag.
Steal my lines, bro.
Sorry,
Ask
bro.
LiveLeanTV. Thank you very much.
I just get so excited to talk to you guys. And I'm so excited to bring this series back to YouTube based on the amount of questions that we've been getting from you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Seems like you guys are excited too.
I know, we love it. It's awesome that we have like more questions than we can answer in one show, which is great. So we'll just do the best we can to get as many as we can in one show.
Yeah, so this is the series, guys, if you're brand new, where you post questions only on Instagram, so at LiveLeanTV. We will go in there on our Instagram stories, so make sure you're watching our Instagram stories, and we'll post a question. What is it called?
It's like a question tag.
A question tag, and we'll say, fire your questions for the show, and then we'll go in and we'll try to answer as many as we can on this show right here. So we're no longer taking questions on Twitter, Facebook, and everywhere else. It's just too much of a social media craze.
It's hard to find everything.
Don't get me wrong, we're still post content over there on our LiveLeanTV channels, but just we're not going to take questions for this video there.
Yeah.
Okay, so with all of that said, let's jump into the show.
Okay, hot fire. Let's go. Kathy Figueroa on Instagram says, has Kai been a little jealous, she said jelly, with little bro Cody?
I would absolutely say no.
No.
You don't think so?
She's been great. No.
And the reason for that is Jessica and I took a very strategic approach to parenting, I think you would say, right? Like we both kind of agreed that I can only do so much with Cody because obviously he's a newborn and he needs the tatas. Mm-hmm. And Kyla now is so much more personality, and as a dad.
And she doesn't need me as much at this point in her life.
Like I thrive with this little girl. Like she's so much personality. I can play with her, throw her around. Like, you know, she's so awesome. I can take her to the gym with me, take her grocery shopping, whatever I need to do. So it's not that we don't pay attention to the other kid, but we've kind of taken on.
We divide and conquer.
Yeah, I'm the primary kind of guardian for Kyla. She takes care of Cody, and it's just worked really well because Kyla hasn't gotten any less attention. If anything, she's got more attention. Mm-hmm. So she hasn't been jealous whatsoever.
I have to tell you guys, like, it's absolutely just jaw-droppingly amazing how he stepped up and to fill that. Yeah, I have told you this before, but I'm so lucky to have a guy like Brad, because for him to like step in and take over that toddler dad role has just been so helpful. And it's just made it really easy for me to focus on what I need to focus on, which is like spending all of my time and attention on Cody. So yeah, I feel like really lucky that you're the best dad.
She knows my love language. My love language is like admiration, verbal signs of affection and physical signs of affection and admiration and so that means a lot to me.
Yeah, and it's been incredible.
I think like, you know, people often ask me like, what is something that we don't know about you? I mean, you might know this, but I try to be the best. Like, I put so much effort in being like the best dad that I possibly can be, and like my kids mean everything to me. So anyway, I'm getting all emotional. This is the first question.
Business. I mean, it's not like you have all day long to spend on dad duties, but I feel like you've done an exceptional job. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That really does mean a lot to me.
Yeah, it's been awesome. So long story short, no, Kyla has not been jealous.
Heavy.
She's having the time of her life hanging out with this guy. She's doing great.
She's so much fun.
Okay, so you want to read this one?
Yeah. Next question on Instagram from Boyd Fit Fam says, I have been in a calorie deficit for over a year. I have had success, but fat loss seems to be really slowing. Would you suggest reverse dieting to reset my metabolism? I count macros per my meal plan and work out with weights, HIIT 4 to 5 times weekly. Great question.
Yeah, that is a really great question, because I feel like this is such a common shoes to be in, if that makes sense. It's a common, phase of transformation that a lot of people hit. We call it a plateau. And what happens is, when you're in a deficit, your body's going to burn some unused energy. Fat is it's unused energy. And then it comes to a point where your metabolism is going to kind of reach a set point.
Let's just hope it's body fat.
What?
Because if you
you're not burning muscle?
If you go into too much of a calorie deficit and do too much endurance, cardio, and all that,
that's true.
It can potentially be muscle. So
that's a really big point there. Is like not all deficits are equal, right? If your deficit is too big, you're actually doing your body more harm than good. So I would definitely recommend to check your deficit. Make sure that it's not more than 20% of your needs or of your maintenance calories, because
20%?
Too big of it. Yeah, to me, 20% is kind of like the maximum that it should be. That's my opinion.
I never use like a percentage. I usually just say I recommend max 500 deficit
calories
of a day, unless you're trying to do something really short term and it's not going to be a sustainable thing over months.
But it depends on the person, because 500 calories deficit for a small person is like a really big deficit, but for a bigger dude that wouldn't be that much.
Yeah,
so it just depends. I think a percentage is kind of better.
I don't know why I needed to run this on my calculator, but I was just running the numbers. So I said based on like a 2,000 calorie diet,
400 calories,
20% would be 400.
Right, which I feel like 400 calories is a lot when you're talking about a 2,000 calorie diet.
No, I mean it's usually for me when I recommend it's like in that 200 to 300 to 500 range to be in a deficit. You can safely do that.
But you don't want to be in like 1,000 calorie deficit.
Ongoing.
That would be, especially for a year. Can you imagine being 1,000 calorie deficit for a year? That would be not good for your body.
Let's just get to the question.
Okay, no, we're going a roundabout way. Basically, what I'm trying to describe is like, you want to check and make sure your deficit is not too large. And then also the length of time you've been on that deficit is important. And I do think a year is a really long time to be in a deficit. But sometimes it takes longer than a year to achieve a fat loss goal, depending on, how much fat you're trying to lose. It could take a while. But what I do highly recommend for people who hit that plateau is exactly what you said, is go back to a phase of eating at your maintenance calories, get your metabolism back up to speed. Maybe you don't lose weight for a little while, but you're not losing weight anyway in your deficit. So what's the difference, right? So if you go back to your maintenance calories, you kind of sit at the weight that you're at for a while, get your metabolism fired up again, really focus on, strength training, getting your body stronger, eating the right types of foods. Yeah, exactly. Building that muscle. And then you can safely go into a controlled deficit again when you're ready for it, when you feel like your energy is back and everything's going smoothly again. So it's kind of like taking a diet break is what some people call it, or reverse dieting, getting back up to maintenance. Sometimes a lot of people will even see more fat loss once they do get back to their maintenance, which is surprising because you wouldn't expect that. But sometimes that's what your body needs to get back into fat burning mode.
Yeah, I would say the only thing I need to know in this question that you didn't give us is you said have been in a calorie deficit, but how much of a calorie deficit?
Yeah, which is a big question. What percentage of your maintenance calories is your deficit? And if you find that it is more than 20%, I would suggest going to 20% deficit, or if not, back all the way to maintenance.
I'm like sipping on my. This is like a bone brothish type drink, and I'm being very cognizant that I'm not sipping into the mic. Oh, because to me that's so annoying when somebody eats and. So that was probably very annoying what I just did.
Yeah.
All right.
Let us know in the comments. Is that annoying?
Next question.
Okay, so we have one from LiveLeanTV. We actually have 3 questions from the same person. So we're going to try to give everyone a chance, and we'll just answer one of those 3 for now. So let's go with this one. Is it safe to go jogging 5 days a week without risk of injury?
I mean, it depends on the person, to be honest. Like if you have been jogging for a long period of time and you're very experienced in it, 5 days a week, you could probably do it no problem. But if you're brand new to jogging, 5 days a week.
Going 0 to 5.
0 to 5 is going to be a lot. And I would ask you, why are you going jogging 5 days a week?
Well, if you love jogging, if it's enjoyment.
For some people, they love jogging because of the happy hormones, the runner's high that you get from it, then that's one thing. But if you think you need to run or go jogging 5 days a week to lose weight.
For fat loss or for
there's better ways than jogging 5 days a week.
Also, how long are we jogging for? Because, a 3-minute jog would be probably a lot safer than a 3-hour jog. So it just kind of depends on, we'd need more details, I guess, to answer that question properly. But I think, in general, I don't think that's going to be unsafe for you. I think you're going to be okay.
Well, if you're experienced.
Yeah, and if you keep it to a moderate amount.
Well, she's asking 5 days a week.
No, but how many minutes or how long.
True. Yeah.
5 days a week is just big.
I would say rather than going jogging 5 days a week, I'd say get on a program. that will, based on your goals, based on your fitness level, and based on having access to equipment. So if you work out at home, or if you work out at the gym. So
I was going to say that doesn't mean you have to go to the gym. You could train at home 5 days a week. You could even be just doing body weight exercises 5 days a week. But instead of doing the repetitive action of jogging every day, it's the same form of exercise. I would like to see you vary it and just do, other exercises.
Well, then the other exercises will tell you in the program. So what I was going to say is go to liveleantv.com/quiz. Take the quick quiz that we do. It's a Live Lean Body quiz, and we'll tell you what the best program is based on all those factors.
Did I interrupt you on that one? Sorry.
You just kind of did, but you know what? I'm used to it now. Before, we probably would have been like, all right, cut. Would you stop cutting me?
Start the show over again.
Now I'm just like, it is what it is. But thank you for noticing.
That's what happens when you get two coaches. We're going to try to talk over each other sometimes. That's how it is.
No, it's just allow the other person to get their sentence out.
Okay.
And then you can give your spiel.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, so.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, what's the next question?
From Fabio
93. I will read it to you. What equipment should I get for working out when on the road? So what kind of equipment should you get when you're working out on the road?
My favorite things for packing and traveling.
My favorite thing is, I'm just joking. Oh, man.
I don't think they're having fun as much fun as me.
I'm having fun now.
Okay.
If you guys are having fun, comment down below. All right, go ahead.
Oh, man. All right. Ready? Are you done?
All ready.
So my favorite things for taking on the road that are easy to pack in your suitcase are resistance bands, like specifically the small loop resistance bands, a jump rope, and just a pair of sneakers. That's all I would take with me. I'm not going to put dumbbells in my suitcase. No way. I wouldn't do any weights. I would just do stretch bands and maybe a jump rope because those are light and easy to take with.
My favorite is TRX.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To pack in your suitcase? Kind of bulky for a suitcase.
No, bro. Bulky, bro?
Come on.
No,
it doesn't fold up small. You can't put that in your pocket.
If you have a normal, it's in a bag like this. If you don't know what a TRX is, I'll link it down below.
That's true. The bag would be probably.
No, it's like
this big. I don't know.
That's what it's a suspension training. You can do a lot of things with. That's what I would take.
It's true. You can do a lot of things with that, but really don't feel like you need equipment when you go traveling because really just your body. You can do so many things even without sneakers. Even sneakers are optional. You can just work out in your bikini. Is this a guy or a girl? You can work out in your swimsuit by the pool. You don't need anything.
Yes.
So don't feel like you need stuff.
So I would recommend you go take the Live Lean Body quiz, and I would recommend that the program that's probably going to tell you to do based on that question would be Live Lean 15. And I have people
requires no equipment.
I have people all over the place saying, oh, I'm in a hotel because I'm on a corporate trip and I'm doing Live Lean 15 with Brad. And you're watching the video with me, you're doing the workout with me. So we'll link that up down below.
Yeah.
You want me to train you? That's the program.
Actually, I didn't even mention that, but the one thing I would take with me is a program, right?
I thought you were going to say is my body.
Yeah, no, that too. I'm obviously going to take my body when I travel. But yeah, taking a program would be even more valuable than having a stretch band and a jump rope because, you get out your stretch band jump rope and you're like, now what?
Yeah.
So it'd be even better to just, take no equipment and just your program, which can be on your phone in your pocket. Okay, so next question is from Swagger. Swagger.
That just proved you didn't have any swagger.
Is it okay to drink 2 cups of tea, caffeinated, on a weight loss plan?
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
What would be wrong with that? Tea
is not even that high in caffeine anyway. Even if it's black tea, it's lower than coffee.
Yeah, and there's no calories to tea unless you're adding sugar everything else to it. So, of course.
Definitely.
Drink away. We drink probably 1 or 2 cups of tea just
per day.
Tea.
But herbal usually.
Well, no,
the one I'm drinking right now is herbal, non-caffeine.
I had a green tea before this, and then at nighttime I'll have an herbal tea, or sometimes I'll have an herbal tea through the day as well.
But I have no problem with that, drinking caffeinated tea. I don't see why that would hinder your weight loss.
Yeah, don't.
If anything, it's going to help it.
Don't overcomplicate this, guys. If tea, it's good.
I'm really not sure why anyone would think that would be a problem with weight loss. I'd love to know follow up.
Yeah.
If you can comment down below, why would you be afraid to drink caffeinated tea on a weight loss plan?
If you have the swagger to do that, which based on your name, I think you do. Okay, next question from Sunfit Shine says, what is the best way to do HIIT? Is it good to do every day? How long should a HIIT session be? I got a good answer for this.
Oh, do ya? It's brewing. Okay, are you going to share with us?
I asked you the question, so you go ahead.
Oh, okay. So the best way to do HIIT, what does it mean by best way? Like the best
do we
way,
have any HIIT programs?
Yeah, like I was going to say, the best way is to follow a HIIT workout that's pre-designed instead of just making it up as you go, I guess, if that answers the question. But what does she mean by best way?
How do you get the most results out of doing a HIIT program or a HIIT? So it would be doing a program that's designed for HIIT. So if that answers your second question, is it good to do every day? Well, our HIIT programs come with a workout schedule. So it tells you the days to do HIIT, the days for recovery, potentially the days to do strength training, potentially the days to train your abs. It's all done inside of the program with a schedule. And then your last one is how long should a HIIT session be? So, the workouts are programmed around a duration time. So, so Live Lean Sprint 2.0 is a program we just came out with. It answers all those questions, so you don't have to keep thinking to yourself, what about this? What about this?
Worrying if you're doing it right.
What am I missing with this? Just execute on the program. Like, I am a byproduct. Everything about me is a byproduct of following a program. That's how I got to the point where I am right now. That's why I am so just passionate about getting people to go on a program, get out of their head, take away all the guessing, and just execute on the program that is on your phone. And that's what we give you guys when you guys get Live Lean programs. So the best way to do HIIT can be cardio based, like on a track. It can be on a treadmill. It can be with weights. It can be body weight. It can be any of those things. Is it good to do every day? No, I wouldn't do a HIIT workout every day. And how long should HIIT session be? I think HIIT can be done within 20 minutes. So you take...
I feel like no longer than 20 minutes. I feel like if your HIIT session is taking an hour, then it's not actually high intensity.
You're not high intensity.
As a human being, you just cannot perform at high intensity for that long. Your intensity is going to suffer if the workout goes too long. So I agree with you. Like 20 minutes is kind of a maximum for that, but it can be as short as 4 minutes depending on the workout that you're following. So you'll see, like on YouTube, we've done tons of those 4-minute Tabatas. Those are a great way to do HIIT. But like on our programs, we have lots of HIITs also.
I've been kind of back and forth. Is Tabata actually a HIIT? And in my opinion, knowing what I know now.
Because you feel like it's more of a metabolic.
It's more of a metabolic training. And that's, once again, that's kind of going down to science-y for a lot of people. But a HIIT means you work out at a high intensity for a short period of time, and then you allow enough time to let your heart rate come back down. Once it's down there, you go HIIT again. Tabata is 20 on, 10, it's the opposite. So it's more of a metabolic style training. But I would recommend you go do Live Lean Sprint 2.0, please. So down in the comments, guys, if you've bought our programs, if you've been one of our success stories, chat it up. Like, let people know what they get with our programs, because we need more people in the Live Lean Nation getting the programs, getting results, so we can spread this mission to even more people and get you results in the meantime.
Yeah, so many questions go away when you're following a program. You don't have to worry about what or how much or how often, because it's all just there for you. So it makes working out so much simpler.
Okay, let's move on to the next one from Miss Jenny D. Lane. Says, how long must a walk be considered a workout? Does heart rate matter?
Oh, I like this question. I feel like you're going to have a lot of opinions on this.
Well, I answered this question in one of my videos recently.
Oh, right. What did you say in your video?
Well, the video I think is walking a good form of weight loss or fat loss or something like that.
And you talked about parameters of how long it needs to be.
Yeah. So it once again.
Give us a summary.
So I'll quickly summarize it. So it really depends on where you are in your Live Lean journey. So if you're brand new and you're quite a bit overweight and just getting out and moving is something like new to you, then walking can be an excellent form of exercise. I'm not saying walking's not an activity, but in order for it to be good for to get you your body composition goals, it's not necessarily a form of exercise for us. It's an activity. So in order for it to be exercise, it needs you to get your heart rate up to a certain amount of period, and that's what you're asking in the question. Heart rate does matter. I always say to get to about 60 to 65% of your max heart rate. And if you go look at that video, we'll link it down below. We teach you how to figure out your heart rate in that video. But basically try to walk as if you're late for a meeting is what I always say.
Yeah.
So
like
if you're
hustle.
looking at your watch, it's 11:59, your meeting's at 12 with your boss and you're like a mile away, walk like, well, maybe not like that far, but walk as fast, and you'll see me if
Just
you ever
like a quick clip, yeah.
you ever see me out in the street, like I'm walking fast. Now,
when you're with Bruno, it's a little different.
Yeah.
He has to smell every single bush.
Yeah.
And I feel like when we're with him, it doesn't feel like a workout at all because
Yeah.
you're just like standing there waiting for him to finish. And so, yeah, I think the heart rate does matter. And if you wear a heart rate monitor, you'll see a big difference when you're like walking the dog versus walking for exercise.
Good point.
There's a really big difference in your heart rate when you like go for it versus just kind of like stroll around. And people always make comments about like, oh, I'm going on vacation, but I'll be walking a lot. I feel like it doesn't really count if you're like at a museum staring at stuff, standing still. You know what I mean? It's
it does
different.
count.
Different than exercise
It's
walking.
better than being on a couch watching TV.
You do stand, you burn more calories standing than sitting, obviously.
But if you go out with the intention of walking a mile and you go like you're late for a meeting,
you like work
for
it.
some people that can get your heart rate to that 65%
Yeah.
and it can be a form of exercise.
Yeah.
But if you're just walking Bruno down the street and like we said, it's just an activity.
Yeah, and it's good for you. Like, we're not saying don't do it.
No, I know. We're going to get
yeah,
flack for this.
Yeah,
like,
it's still good for you.
Moving your body is moving your body, but
yeah, it should elevate your heart rate if you want it to be considered a workout.
We got to put context around it. Okay.
Next from Robbie. Robbie Janai says, how/when cardio with weight training programs, example Mass 2.0, and which one sprint?
So I think what you're asking
how and
is
when to combine them?
If you should do how to do cardio and when you should do cardio.
Yeah.
With our Mass 2.0, which is our muscle building program.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the example she gave. So I'll give you that. So with a muscle building program, our primary goal, like we're laser focused, is on building muscle. So it's not necessarily to build muscle, lose fat, get stronger, get more athletic, it's to build muscle. But what makes Live Lean programs different is we go into it with not a bulk where you're just all out focused on muscle calories, no matter what. Yeah. We're looking at what we call lean muscle, where you're building muscle without all that unnecessary excess bulky fat. So we do include some cardio in Live Lean Mass 2.0 program, and we'll link that down below. So it's in there for you, but we do recommend that it's limited. So maybe if you're a hard gainer, cardio is very limited, but if you're kind of an endomorph or a mesomorph where you kind of hold weight a little bit more, then adding cardio in there can help reduce the amount of potential excess fat if you're on that muscle building zone. And then you mentioned Sprint 2.0. So Sprint 2.0, we teach you in that program how to include that into other programs like Live Lean Mass. So we consider Live Lean 2.0 like a plug-in program. So Mass is your, what was the word you used for them? Or showcase or?
Signature?
Signature programs.
Yeah.
And then the plug-in programs can go in to complement that program. So yes, I would recommend both of those programs to build the lean muscle while also mitigating the fat gain.
But I really like your point of focusing, because I feel like this is a hard concept for a lot of people to just focus on one program at a time. And I understand the desire to like combine a couple of programs at once if you have more than one goal. It's like, yeah, you want to build muscle, but you also want to lose fat. And it's like you kind of want both of those equally.
Well, if that's your goal, then we have a program for that.
Yeah,
That's called
exactly. Body recomposition.
Body recomposition. That's Live Lean Afterburn 2.0. But muscle.
But yeah, I also do think there's a lot of value in putting your body through phases, you know, and just look at our programs don't take that long, right? We're talking about like 6, 9, or 12-week investment. It's not like a whole year of just focusing on building muscle. It's just like a 6-week phase. So put yourself through different phases, and it's okay to. It's not like your fat loss goal is completely forgotten. When you're doing Live Lean Mass, you're still going to be losing some fat while you're doing it. Just by building more muscle, you're going to be kind of automatically burning some fat, because the more muscle your body has, the faster your metabolism is going to work.
Especially over the long term.
Yeah, exactly. So don't be afraid to put Live Lean Sprint 2.0 kind of on the back burner for a little bit while you're finishing Live Lean Mass, and then really give it your all for 6 weeks. Just be laser focused on what the goal of that program is, and then do Sprint 2.0 next.
Well, no. We're gonna, because what I just said was Sprint 2.0 is a plug-in program. Sprint 2.0 is not meant to be done on your own. Like, it's not meant to be, okay, for this next 6 weeks, I'm doing Sprint 2.0.
That's true.
It's meant to be a plug-in program. I'm doing Live Lean Mass, and then on the off days, 1 or 2 days, I'm going to do Live Lean Sprint 2.0. So we can't mix messages here.
You're right.
That's specifically why that program was designed.
Yeah, you're right. So those 2 programs was a bad example of that, I guess. But when it comes to like Formula for Women or Formula X, like those 2 are meant to be done on their own. So I wouldn't recommend like combining those. There's some programs we would combine, others we wouldn't. So yeah, thanks for correcting me there, because I just wasn't thinking that much, because you're right. Sprint 0.0 is not like a standalone.
Quality assurance. That's me.
Yeah. He got you.
Okay. What's the next question?
Let's do another Rosalind question.
Oh, did we already answer?
Yeah, we answered one question from her, but we can do another. Okay. So Rosalind Tapper says, what things will you pass on with raising your kids that you got from your own upbringing?
I like this question.
Interesting.
I love these questions. Like, they don't always have to be fitness oriented.
Yeah, this one is about family and kids and being parents.
But I always say the main thing that I took away from my mom that I want to pass on to my kids is, and I've said this before, it's the golden rule. So she always taught me, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Mm-hmm. Meaning, in today's language, treat others how you would want to be treated. And I always think that, like, if I'm in, even with us, like if we're in a disagreement or an argument or something, I always think, what if Jessica did that to me? How would I feel what I just did to her? And then that's my mindset that I go into it. Mm-hmm. So my goal with Cody and Kyla is, show empathy towards people, treat them as, kindness. Like, I really got that from my mom. She's like the kindest, gentlest human being ever.
That's true.
So hopefully I can pass that on.
I do love that. You know what's funny about this question? Like, I read it as, what will you pass on? Like, what will you not want to teach your kid? Isn't that weird? And you read it as, like, what will you, like, pass on? It was, like, a different interpretation, you know what I mean? So
that's interesting.
I was confused when you were answering it that way. I was like, wait, what are we passing on?
So comment below, do you take it as in, what will we give to our kids, like, instill in our kids, or what will we
teach them? I don't know. Okay, I like the way you read it, though. Like, what do I want to pass on that my parents taught to me? For me, it's kind of like hard work is kind of like the first thing that comes to my mind. I feel like my parents always kind of led by example. Like, they were always hardworking. Like, they made it a priority to, like, stay healthy and stay in shape and be active and all that stuff. So I feel like that helped me just, like, have an active life, because I always saw my parents living an active life. And so, I feel like we're already doing that with our kids. But, I mean, that's one thing that's important to me, is I want to lead by example, showing them that exercise can be, a priority for you instead of, like, last priority. Like make it a first priority. All right. So I think I hear Cody crying. Yep. There he is. Okay. That's our buzzer, people. That's our buzzer for the show. Okay. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you at the next one. We love doing these. Yeah, you can go. Okay. I'll end it up. Typically here on the show, we do not a private question, but an extended question over on the podcast. So let me just do a quick shout out here. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. But we'd also love you to get over onto our podcast. And based on last week's question, somebody asked, are we on Spotify? We are on Spotify now. We figured that out. So you can listen on Spotify, over on Apple Podcasts, which is the formerly known as iTunes. We're on Stitcher for Android users, so you can check us out over there. Comment below if you're listening to us on a podcast. We love you guys. Thanks for watching, and keep living lean. Boy.